Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us on what we believe will be the best 30 minutes spent of your day. I'm very excited to have you here with us. My name is Bobby Smith, and it's my privilege tonight to introduce you to our guest speaker. We're very excited to have Mr. George Gossage here with us this evening. Just a little bit about him. He has been full-time in the industry of direct sales and network marketing for over 20 years. He is a seven-figure earner. He's been part of several teams that have developed 80 plus millionaires over the last six and a half years. He is a true entrepreneur, a true leader, and someone that I know will be able to deliver this message to you so you'll understand it clearly and you'll be able to take it to the marketplace yourself. So with no further ado, let me introduce you to Mr. George Gossage. Take it away, George.
Bobby, thank you so much for that great introduction. I really, really appreciate that. And no doubt it's great to connect with you on this project, and certainly appreciate all the help and support you've been giving the team. So appreciate that, and awesome. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this evening's webinar. Whatever part of the world you're dialing in from, which could be in one of 85 countries. One of the reasons I got so excited about Jeunesse is the fact that literally gives me an international plan, space, 85 countries. And you guys are here to learn about a remarkable story that's originated out of Orlando, Florida. Little company called JeunesseGlobal, and as you see on your screen, this whole mission statement of redefining youth is the space that we are in. And needless to say, it's a very, very exciting space to be in, you guys, because as science is advancing and as information is processing at the rate that it is, the advancements are nothing short of remarkable. And Jeunesse is going to be at the forefront of bringing you those products and technologies that can not only slow down the aging process, but guys, in a couple short weeks, we're going to move into the space of actual age reversal, which is going to be no doubt an absolute game changer. So your timing is absolutely perfect because what you're going to learn about this company, I promise you, if you do your due diligence, you're going to get crazy excited. You see, when the space that you're in, think about this, is being validated by mainstream media, you know you're at the right place, right time. You see, on your left and on your far right, Dr. Michael Nobel of the Nobel family and Dr. Nathan Newman are being interviewed by Entertainment Tonight and CBS News. And guys, they're out there promoting the very commodity that we're bringing to the marketplace, okay? That's absolutely huge. In between, you got Barbara Walters and Diane Sawyer now talking about things like resveratrol and telomeres and DNA repair. I mean, the future of medicine and health, you guys, is what's being represented on this screen here, and we get to be at the forefront of its distribution, right? If you've not been to our website, sayyestojeunesse.com, you definitely want to visit it. Spend some time there, do your homework. 90% of all the questions you probably will have will be addressed there in some way, shape, or form. And then what isn't will give you, the attention that you need to get all of the questions answered so that you can make the best decision for you and your family, okay? That's the proposition. Learn about us. If you like us, try us. If you like us, tell other people about it. You get to share in the proceeds. But it's with a commodity, you guys, that's the hottest conversation in the world. Think about it. Who would not want to look and feel 5 to 10 years younger? I mean, the reality is there is technology available right now that can radically reduce the signs of aging, if not, in fact, reverse aging. You guys, very, very exciting times ahead. The arenas that we're in right now, the 4 different spaces, if you will, is, the fact is we can grow each one of these into hundreds of millions of dollars a year, if not billion-dollar brands in their own right on an individual basis. I'm going to give you a little insight to that. I like the fact that other than Propexin, your lower right screen, everything else is made right here in the good old U.S. of A. And we're all about, increasing the fun factor in the U.S., you guys, and bringing back that entrepreneurial spirit and taking responsibility in matters, kind of in your own hands, being, you being the steward of your ship, right? And so that's what we're bringing to the marketplace. this phenomenal product offering, and around it is a business model you absolutely fantasize about. Well, let's talk about the offering first. It all starts here. This is our flagship product, right, in line. This is tomorrow's skincare technology available today. We are the only product line of its kind that I know of, and it's all based on what we call adult stem cell technology. And the formulator here is none other than rock star cosmetic surgeon, smack dab in Beverly Hills, Dr. Nathan Newman, who is now, I mean, he is the rage of Hollywood. It takes better than 3 months just to get an initial consultation with him. This guy has developed what we call the stem cell lift. If you've not had a chance to watch this segment with Entertainment Tonight, and for that matter, he's been interviewed by all sorts of media here in North America. Amazing. So here's where we are. We actually have partnered up with Dr. Nathan Newman. He's a brilliant formulator, developer, rock star cosmetic surgeon. We basically are his partner. We are the distribution arm that gets to bring his products to the marketplace, right? And it begins with that adult stem cell technology product line. Guys, you want to spend some time on our website. Have him explain it to you, how it works, why the future of medicine, skincare, and everything else that we know. I mean, a large part of that, guys, is going to be based on adult stem cells. Last year, 2012, Nobel Prize winner was in adult stem cell. Phenomenal stuff, cutting edge. And you know what? Talking about it is one thing, but when you can literally see it, before and after pictures, hundreds, thousands of them, and they vary from acne to burns to rosacea to scars to wrinkle easement and reduction to age spots. I mean, guys, all sorts of different uses and applications, regardless of what your gender, regardless of what your skin color is or your age, or it doesn't matter. This stuff is just absolutely amazing. Look at the screen here and ask yourself, who would not want the end result of what you're looking at, right? Look at this. Laser surgery on the left, 2 weeks later. Look at the end result. Remarkable. Car accident 6 months later. I can promise you one thing. This woman will forever be grateful to whomever it was that introduced her to this phenomenal skincare system. Not still sure what this is. I just know that young lady is one happy camper, right? This is one of my favorites, if not the favorite. Here you got a young lady, and having 2 teenage daughters myself, I realize the impact of acne, what it does to their psyche, what it does for their self-confidence and self-worth. I mean, it's very traumatizing. You guys know Proactive has built a billion-dollar brand on acne. Not to suggest this cures acne, but what it does in terms of helping your skin kind of rebuild itself is nothing short of remarkable. Tell me that woman on the right side, tell me that her entire life has not shifted right before her very own eyes 4 months later, okay? How would you feel if you were the one that introduced her to this product? She would be thanking you for the rest of her life, okay? So here again, look at your left side of your right side of your computer screen. Look at the skin there. It's a lot more drawn down. There's some spots and some wrinkles in there. But look at on the left side of your screen after only 10 weeks. This is our poster child. Her name is Winnie. And the cool thing is, guys, I mean, she actually went to a dermatologist under a dermoscope. You can see the difference with and without the serum, okay? You can see the buildup and plumpness and increase in volume and collagen and, whatever else that goes into that skin. I mean, the difference is absolutely remarkable, okay? Phenomenal. And so that's our flagship product now. And here's what the company did. Even though they're based in Orlando, the first 3 years they went to Asia. Guys, over in Asia, they know skincare and they are flipping out over it. I'm going to show you some footage in terms of an event we just did in Hong Kong a couple months ago. So from the skincare system, guys, we move over to Reserve. This actually is our #1 seller as we speak. Key ingredient is resveratrol. Again, I invite you to do your homework. By the way, go Google, go to YouTube, search out Dr. Nathan Newman for starters, and then key in this ingredient, resveratrol, right? Follow Dr. Oz. Most of America does. I mean, Dr. Oz has flipped out over the benefits of resveratrol, not just from an anti-aging perspective, but also from an antioxidant viewpoint as well. If you've not seen this segment, here you have Barbara Walters interviewing Dr. Sinclair, who's one of the foremost experts, right, in the world with respect to resveratrol. And as you start to watch that segment, you're going to say to yourself, OMG, I want the end result. I want that, right? Who would, again, not want to be able to look and feel and perform as if you were doing it, 10, 15 years ago? Absolutely phenomenal stuff. From here, we move over to AM, PM. Just like the name suggests, 2 in the morning, 2 at night. The 2 in the morning gives your body what it needs to run throughout the day in a much more efficient, clear, focused manner. The PM, 2 at night, gives your body what it needs to regenerate and repair. Not talking about just ordinary vitamins and minerals, guys. There's additional stuff, goodies in here that Dr. Vincent Giampapa has packaged. Why should you want to participate in some of his offerings? Well, you know what? Here's a guy that understands that space. He was one of the co-founders of the American Academy of Anti-Aging, known as the A4M, largest organization of its kind in the world. He is the former president of the American Board of Anti-Aging Medicine. He's written all sorts of books. This guy understands that landscape, okay? I mean, just phenomenal. So we've got the exclusive on that formula, okay? So we are there, and we're talking about things like DNA repair, okay? Again, that's on our website where he's explaining how and why you'd want to integrate that into your, day-to-day regimen. If you've not had a chance to watch this segment, this to me is absolutely groundbreaking, epic proportions. 2009 Nobel Prize winner was something called telomeres, you guys. And if there was ever something that's been clinically proven and something to get excited about in terms of not just slowing down the aging process, but now you're talking about getting into a whole different demographic here. Watch that segment there, and I'll tell you what, you're going to get so excited if you've not already watched it. And then know this, within 2 weeks in Las Vegas, February 8th and 9th, we're going to be introducing a new product, the new product category. It is an absolute game changer. It will be one of the biggest product launches in the history of direct sales. So that's where we're at, guys, so far. So I think we've gotten some checks along the way. A lot of this stuff, I think you'd have to admit, makes sense. So now we move into the space of Propectin, the only pharmaceutical-grade apopectin product that I know of in the marketplace. What you're looking at is the most effective way in the world to get rid of radiation, specifically cesium-137, 134. You might be saying to yourself, if you're in the U.S., well, I don't have to worry about radiation. Well, let me tell you something. In the milk of Vermont, they found cesium-137 and 134. In the water supply of Chattanooga, Tennessee, they found cesium-137. And guess where it originated from? Fukushima, Japan. Now in Washington State, up there in northeast Washington State, there's a nuclear scenario developing over there. They're saying it's some of the most toxic land in the world, you guys. So radiation is going to be a big, big problem for everyone. It's just a function of time. So this is something you definitely want to be dialed into. So imagine if you could partner up with Dr. Michael Nobel of the Nobel family, who, by the way, has never endorsed a product in his life. So imagine if he was your partner here. I had the good fortune in May of last year to spend 3 weeks downtown Tokyo with Dr. Michael Nobel and an individual by the name of Yank Berry. You may want to Google him. Yank Berry and Dr. Michael Nobel, my two partners and I, we were there doing some market research on this product here. We knew that the way to bring it to market was through a direct sales medium, and that's exactly what we've done. We've teamed up here with Jeunesse, and the rest, as they say, is history. This is a billion-dollar company brand in the making. Dr. Michael Nobel, right on your screen here, this clip right here, imagine he's interviewed by CBS News, where CBS News is basically interviewing and endorsing Propectin and basically selling it to your audience. I've never in 20 years seen anything like it. Absolutely phenomenal video clip there. And by the way, Propectin also, as you watch our website, is a phenomenal chelator for heavy metals, things that we're loaded with, such as aluminum and mercury and lead and nickel and all sorts of other metals. Guys, it's a phenomenal chelator. And it also has done some very, very interesting things in helping the body regulate blood sugar. I mean, amazing story behind Propectin. Here's the key. All of those offerings that we talked about, those 4 different product categories, from the Luminous Skin System to the Reserve, the resveratrol-based, our gel pack product is absolutely amazing, to AMPM, to Propectin. Again, in less than a couple weeks, we are introducing an additional, category to the Jeunesse story that's going to completely change the demographic. So here's our proposal. Here's the story that we want to bring to the marketplace, guys. This idea of, regardless of how old you are, right? It ain't about how old you are. It's about how much life you got in those years. I think we'd all have to agree on that. And so our motto here is to be forever young, okay? And so that's the offering that we are bringing to the marketplace. And it's a very, very exciting story. The other side of this component is the bottom of your screen that says Forever Free. And here, this is where we're now teaching the world on how to take control of your own financial situation, how to leverage your efforts where it's not just me against the clock, and how to really bring long-term residual income into your life, and it will completely change everything for you. Because you know what? When you've got the time and when you've got the financial freedom, things in your life tend to change, and that's the proposition that we're bringing to the marketplace, and the response has been absolutely amazing. So here's the deal. Hold on. If we're going to team up with owners, right, if we're going to lend them our good name and our credibility, our contacts, right, you want to make sure that you're in business with people that get it, that are understanding of the landscape that you're in. These guys have been wildly successful in traditional business, as well as being actual providers to the direct sales network marketing industry. They used to build out the backbone infrastructure for many, many years. They were the go-to people if you needed to launch a new company back office platform and to write and structure commission structures. That's what these guys were known for. They started their own company, sister company, that actually broke all the records. They were doing business in over 200 countries the first 2 years out of the gate. And the cool thing is off of that platform, we now here at JeunesseGlobal get to do business in now, not 84 as it's seen on your screen, but 85 countries, okay? That's unheard of for a company this young. So let's talk about what have we done in the marketplace. Our first 2 years out of the gate, we land as members of the very prestigious Direct Sellers Association. Not only are we members, but we cracked the top 100 after only 2 years out of the gate. This next year, I would venture to say we're going to crack the top 50. Not just that, our owner, Wendy Lewis, has just been voted one of the most influential women in the world in the space of direct sales and network marketing. So this gets a nice big fat check. The owners, they get it. They understand traditional business. They understand the direct sales arena. Very rare you got that combo. Again, global platform. So right here from my home office in Chicago, we are able to conduct this webinar all around the world, which allows me to tell the story. And it doesn't matter whether it's in Hong Kong or Singapore, Malaysia or Australia or Mexico or Canada or anywhere in the EU or God knows where else. I mean, 84 countries, you guys. That's the platform that we've got here with a company that just turned 3 years old. If you want some validation, if you will, be sure to visit our website. There's actually a link there that does a little recap of an event that we just had in Hong Kong in September of 2010. And guys, I've been around the industry for 20 plus years. I've been around some very significant companies, but I've never seen a company this young put on the kind of production that they did, okay? And this was all in celebration for the true heroes, and that's their customer base that's out there through, just their sheer excitement for their product offering. They're just telling everyone in their sphere of influence, and it's resulted in an absolute phenomenon. Again, you know what? They're doing huge things in Asia. That's where they've been for the first 3 years. And at this event, they actually gave away 3 Mercedes-Benzes and Rolexes and $2,000 handbags, all sorts of goodies, again, to validate and show their appreciation to the distributor force, okay? Phenomenal owners, okay? So let's now talk about the opportunity. So the owners, they get a nice fat check also. Let's talk about the opportunity here. Here's the reality. Okay? And again, it's all about timing and positioning and framing your story into the marketplace. And here's the reality. The government, not only is it in, a major crisis, you guys, it's a runaway freight train. It is an absolute disaster. The national debt and all the other liabilities are absolutely massive. Foreclosures, there's another huge wave around the corner, and there are still millions and millions of people displaced and out of work in terms of, not just the U.S., but all around the world. So here's the point. People, I think, now are more open than ever to some options, and we've got as viable option as anything I've ever seen if you want to really take control of your financial situation. The direct sales industry, that's the arena where, regardless of race, creed, color, age, sex, that's the environment where if you're willing to go to work, if you're teachable, and if you're going to give it some time and learn a skill set, just like any other craft, there's an absolute fortune to be made. Again, it's already being done. Here's what we know, okay? If you want to bring something to the marketplace, the most two effective ways to do it is through a sampling program or through a word-of-mouth recommendation. We have got both of those arenas covered. As a matter of fact, we've got the exclusive on a sampling program that is going to absolutely take us into a whole new stratosphere. We'll be talking about that in Vegas. This is what you fantasize about, guys. When you get involved with the company and with the business, it's all about timing. The big, massive fortunes are made in the early stages. That's where Jeunesse is from a timing perspective. But the good news is not only is it good on the timing standpoint, we got the risk factor in terms of ownership and all the variables associated with startups. We've got that solution, that taken care of because you've got a very well-oiled machine on your side. So in essence, you got the best of both worlds. Robert Kiyosaki, I love this quote because at the end of the day, it's all about growing and building and surrounding yourself with the right network of people, okay? Everyone else is taught to go look for work while the really smart, wealthy ones are just continually building their network. And that is in essence what we are doing. First 3 years out of the gate, you want some proof? Here it is, $200+ million first 3 years out of the gate. They pay us in 6 different ways, okay, 6 different formats. The first 2 are based on linear income, where it's basically based on our own personal productivity. The other 4 are what we call leveraged income, where it's not just you against the clock, it's you plus like-minded, an army of like-minded people now available all over the world, moving in one direction where we're all capitalizing in the marketplace. We're bringing a phenomenal product offering to the market, and for that, we're getting paid in direct proportion to the impact that we have in the marketplace, right? It all starts as a distributor. You get to become a distributor for a mere $29.95. And as a distributor, you can now buy wholesale and you can sell at retail. Our flagship product, again, is the serum. It sells for $84 wholesale to you. You're going to sell it for $135. You make the difference, $51 per bottle, and that represents about a 35% commission. That's pretty significant, you guys. But here, keep in mind, the idea here is not to become door-to-door salespeople. The idea here is to simply share it with a handful of people and teach an army of other people all over the world to do the same. You know what? That translates into massive income, leveraged income. So that's the first stream of income. The second one is what we call customer acquisition bonuses. Here, this is where, as you're building your team of distributors or brand partners, they're going to be buying what we call getting started packages. They're investing in themselves, and those purchases, range from $200 on the low side all the way up to $3,000 on the high side. It depends on what it is that you're looking to accomplish, how quickly, and what kind of commitment you really want to make to your business, okay? And so each time one of those getting started packages is purchased, you guys, the rep that actually referred that individual will earn a commission based on that purchase. And only the purchase. That's only when we get compensated here, guys, is through the sale of products. So the first 2 streams of income are what we call linear income. Now we get into the fun part. And keep in mind, This is just the third stream of income. This isn't the sole source of income. This is just the third stream. This is on the concept of what we call team commission. So imagine if that's you in the middle. For this conversation, we're going to talk about focusing on building only two teams. One team left, one team right, okay? So now if we teach that model, right, you and two, over time, through a system and through some, concerted effort, we can build a distribution network, if you will. So here's my point. Whenever you and your team, whether it's you and two or you and 20 or you and 2,000, whenever you and the team do 900 points of commissionable volume, it's going to trigger a $35 commission. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, well, $35 is not that exciting. And you're right if that only were to happen once a year or once a month or once a week. But what if it could happen, guys, once a day? What if it could happen multiple times a day? What if it could happen multiple times an hour? You see, it can happen as many as 750 times maximum per week. Now, when you extrapolate that equation out, that translates to better than $26,000 a week potential. Okay? Keyword is potential. Now, here's the good news. There are distributors inside of Jeunesse as we speak, right? 3-year-old company that have already maximized out this portion of the plan, meaning that they're generating more than 7 figures a year off of this stream of income alone. It gets better. Here's now what we call our matching bonus structure, and here's where the company truly incentivizes us to reach down deep into all of our teams and help them to succeed. So one of the reasons we do these webinars is so now you could basically plug in, and then you can start to plug in people that are in your sphere of influence to come learn about the story. If it resonates with them, we want to have some further conversation. We want to give them the information they need to make the best decision for themselves and their families. Okay? So as we do that, the company now can incentivize me or you or the person that invited you to earn down through as many as 7 tiers of referrals or 7 tiers of teammates removed from you. So if you look at that chart there, right, what that illustration is suggesting that over time and with concerted effort, right, you could potentially be overriding literally dozens to hundreds to thousands to tens of thousands of businesses all around the world because they don't limit you in terms of how many people you can personally tell. They don't limit those people in terms of how many they can tell. So the possibilities are really a function of what you want to accomplish and how much time you want to give it to yourself to do that. For the really big thinkers, keep in mind, incomes are already being generated well over $25,000 a month, north of $100,000 a week, and a month, and some are even doing it on a weekly basis. Here, when you get to the top of the plan, it's known as a diamond distributorship. You get to share in 3% of the global commissionable volume. And what that is translating to right now as we speak, you guys, is $100,000 on the low side to better than $400,000 on the high side. Now, keep in mind, this is in addition to the streams of income that I just talked about. And also, please understand, you cannot get here by just signing up and sitting on the couch. This is going to require some work, but if you're willing to put forth the effort and you get to the top of the plan, known as a diamond distributorship, you get to share in an amazing additional stream of income. What I love also is regardless of where you are, whether you're brand new or you're one of their seasoned top earners, you know, there's always bonuses and incentives and leadership trips and lifestyle trips, you know, that they're always planning to show their appreciation and reward the field. What you're looking at on your screen is an all-expense-paid cruise throughout the Mediterranean, right? Not the Caribbean, you guys, the Mediterranean. And here's what I love. When I found out that more than 900 businesses from all over the world have already qualified, that speaks volumes in terms of how successful the business model has already been. So this is no experiment. You're learning about Jeunesse right now at the infancy stages. But guys, make no mistake about it. They got a 3-year track record. They got a much longer proven infrastructure in terms of management and owners. And these guys really, really get it. So if you like what you see, I'm going to quickly take you through a few options, okay? And mind you, again, these are simply options. No one is forced in your hand. You do your homework, see if it makes sense. If it does, we invite you in. The water is fine. This one we will write history with, okay? So watch this. So for a mere $29, you get your own virtual business, if you will, okay? And for that $29, you get your own platform that will enable you to track every facet of your business you could ever want to know about. And by the way, it's available in military time 24/7, okay? Now then it's a function of, okay, how do I want to start? Where's my comfort level? What am I looking to accomplish? Do I feel good? How much time am I willing to commit? So we're going to sit down with you and formulate a game plan. So one way to start, if you want to kind of just dip your toe and sample our products, one way is for $199. You can actually get $340 worth of value, okay? It's a set of AM/PM. It's a luminous serum, and it's an entire box of 30 gel packs of that reserve. That's a great value. Again, if you want to dip your toe, if you want to put the product to the test, keep in mind we have a 100% fully guaranteed refund policy, okay? So you got no risk here in the game whatsoever. A better way to start, again, depending on what it is that you're looking to accomplish, is what we call our Supreme Pack. $500 purchase. It's in essence a $500 investment in your business and in yourself, right? You get $800 worth of value, and so all it is, it's a function of having more product to start your enterprise with. And oh, by the way, if you look in the lower left-hand corner, you see Pro Executive Match for 60 days. This is absolutely brilliant. So the company is saying, you commit to us, we'll commit to you. We'll let you, even though you're not technically qualified as a Pro Executive, we'll let you get paid as such for your first 60 days, and we'll give you 60 days to grow into it. And for that, we're going to allow you to tap into 2 tiers of your team's success removed from you. 2 tiers right from the get-go. Brilliant. Okay? Guys, the next slide you're going to see on your screen is, in my mind, it's one of the most ingenious things that I've ever seen a commission structure have. You see, the dream here is to build an army of distributors, right? And as well as customers, all buying a little bit each month and compounded by many people. That's the model that we want. Unfortunately, too many people quit too early in the game. They don't give themselves a chance. They come in with unrealistic expectations. This is an answer, you guys. This really puts into perspective the power of this model. It is what the screen suggests, a one-year jumbo. What that means is now the company allows me, and this is exactly what I did. I bought a one-year jumbo. For $1,800, I bought myself into 1 year's worth of, activity, if you will. So I've locked in for $1,800. I don't have to worry about buying anything for the rest of the year. So I've committed and funded my business for 1 year in advance, and it's brilliant. Now the company says, we're going to let you get paid as a Sapphire for the first 90 days, which in essence is 3 tiers of your teammates directly below you. That's huge, you guys. And so this model here, the one, again, this is strictly an option. You got to make the best decision for you and your family, but this thing here is an absolute thing of genius. You definitely want to make sure you're crystal clear on this. I don't want to spend too much time and come off like I'm trying to pitch you or sell you on this idea. Again, it's a function of what you want to accomplish, but make sure you understand this. It's absolutely brilliant. So here's the behavior, guys. Step 1 is $29. We're going to get locked into the database as a distributor or a brand partner. Step 2 is now we're going to select a package. What it is that I'm looking to accomplish, where's my interest level, how much time and effort and resources am I willing to commit? That's step 2. Step 3, if you remember the stream of income, right? The third stream of income, which was to basically one team left, one team right, that's called becoming an executive, right? And with $100 or 100 CV points on each side, that qualifies you for that stream of income. That's called becoming an executive. And that's the behavior we want to teach. That's the behavior that we get incentivized to perform, you guys. And if that's the behavior that's duplicated throughout your organization, everybody is going to win here in proportions that I don't think they've ever experienced before. Again, keep in mind, it is a business, and it's going to, it's going to be dependent upon what it is that you're looking to make happen But I'm needless to say, I am so excited for the Jeunesse story. And you know what, guys? Again, in wrapping it up, I've been around the home-based business arena for 21 years, and this is without question the most exciting story I've ever heard coming to the marketplace. So it's been fantastic being able to spend some time here with you. You guys, again, get back to the person that invited you on tonight's webinar and just let them know where your level of interest is, providing you have one, okay? We're not about chasing and harassing anybody. Let them know, am I a one? In which case, I just want to kind of try out the products and maybe look to make a couple, $200-300 a month. That's the one level of interest. Number two says, hey, you know what? I'm looking to make $1,000, $2,000, possibly $3,000 a month. Part-time, I'm willing to put in 15 to 20 hours, and that's what I want. So that's a level 2 interest. Level 3 says, you know what? I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I am willing to go for it. I'm looking for that income replacement type of income, $5,000, $10,000 a month or more. And I want to commit to at least a year of running with you guys and plugging in. And I know if you guys do that, if you commit to yourself, commit to us as a team, commit to the company, there's no doubt in my mind we can rewrite some history. We will. It's just a function of who's going to come along for that ride. So you guys, we are officially at a wrap here. Have a fantastic remainder of your evening or your day. And that being said, good night. God bless.